Just thought I would take a few minutes to share a few insights with you when it comes to meditation. So you might be new to meditation, or perhaps you've meditated for a few times and you can't stop the busyness of the mind. So number one myth is that we're going to get rid of everything that comes into our head, all of those thoughts. Well, we actually have at least 60,000 thoughts every single day, 60,000, which is a huge number. So we're not necessarily going to have a blank canvas when we meditate. So the idea is we access that place of stillness that dwells within each and every one of us. And sometimes we might think that peace or stillness or love or joy is outside of us, but all the things that we actually need are deep inside of us, and they're here waiting for us to slow down to connect with it. And this is why I love practices like yoga and meditation, because it's that coming back to the remembering or knowing of who you are at your core, which is love, peace, and joy. It's actually your birthright. And this is who you are at your essence. And the tools like yoga and meditation are a beautiful way to access this truth. So I'd just like to share with you a couple of tools which I find very helpful. Firstly, what you might do when you wake up in the morning, instead of reaching for the phone, which I know I'm guilty of it too, it's so easy just to reach and grab and read. However, resist that temptation and see before you get up into the day, even in bed, and this is why I'm in bed, you might choose to place one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. So you could even do it lying down if you're still in bed, or you might simply take a seat against your bed head or your wall and take your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your belly. So we actually have two energy points here. So at your heart, it's all about love. So you might even imagine an emerald green light, which is resonant of this chakra, this energy point. And at your right hand, you might connect with your solar plexus or your power center, reminding you how capable you are. So firstly, it's a beautiful way to come back to yourself before you race off to the day ahead and the busyness of this world. So just by simply placing your hands on these two energy points, you might even close down the eyes and really commit to the sensation of touch, and know that your touch is healing. And as you connect with the sensations within you, just notice the rhythm of your own breath. So it might be helpful to close your eyes, or you can have a soft gaze over the tip of your nose, whichever you choose to connect with in this moment. And as you do so, just notice the rhythm of your own breath. And initially, it's very normal to be shallow or chesty with your breath. So we tend to only use about a third of our lungs, which actually isn't very helpful at all. It keeps us in a chesty, shallow breath, which can initiate feelings of anxiety or stress, irritation. So then once you close down the eyes or commit to stillness, just see if you can extend the breath a little bit longer into the lungs. So perhaps if it's accessible, you might even start to draw the breath right the way down to the belly, to your power center. Inflating your belly, you might feel the belly press into the hand, then the expansion through the midsection as the ribs flare out to the side, into your beautiful heart center, connecting with love, and perhaps a little lift of the collarbones with your final breath. So once you've completed that full inhalation, you might then have a little sip of air in. So you're finally filling up the lungs. No need to hold the breath, and then simply exhale out of the nose. So a lot of us are mouth breathers, and again, this isn't really that helpful for us. So if we can breathe in and out through the nose, this is a practice as well, but it will help to really purify the air and to warm the air up before it gets to the lungs. And also, oh, hello, Rosie. And it also helps to stimulate our vagus nerve, which relaxes our nervous system and switches on our parasympathetic. So let's just come back again. So your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly, closing down the eyes or having a soft gaze over the tip of your nose. And with intention, let's see if we can direct the breath right the way down to the belly. Perhaps the belly presses into the hands, moving through to the midsection and then all the way to the top. And as you exhale, feel the air completely release from the lungs as you release any stale air or stagnant energy. So perhaps you can breathe in for the count of 4, filling up from the belly into the midsection, all the way to the top at the collarbones. Little sip of air in. Exhale, release, let it all go. A complete breath. So breathing into the belly, rise in the ribs, all the way to the top. Little sip of air. Exhale, release, completely let it all go. Beautiful. So I might even link in a beautiful practice for this so you can really get used to the sensation of breathing into the lower lung, the middle lung, and the upper lung. So imagining symbolically the lungs are very expansive, so this range rather than this range, and that will help to really encourage you to take a deeper breath. And there's an invisible link between the mind and the body, and that's your breath. And you'll find that the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you will become. So it's very calming and soothing. And you have access to your breath 24/7. So it's an accessible tool that's always there for us. And when you commit to your breath and commit to slowing down the rhythm of your breath, notice with practice, you'll get glimmers of peace and stillness within you. So that's the beauty of meditation. It is a practice, but once you commit, you might get those beautiful moments where there's absolute stillness, calm, and peace, and you're deserving of receiving. So remember this as well. So I will share a few more little videos with you, but I just wanted to let you know that you're not doing anything wrong. There's no right or wrong with this. It's you with your own breath. And oftentimes when we initially start with our deep breathing, it can feel challenging. So keep checking in with yourself, send yourself loving kindness and compassion whenever the mind wanders, which it will, we're human, and gently and lovingly return again to your breath. So your breath is the anchor to the present moment. And the present moment is the only moment that we have right here, right now. No point going back to the past, and I'm guilty of it too. The more we focus on the past, it might bring up feelings that perhaps, you want to change, but we can't change anything about the past. It's already happened. Likewise, the future hasn't happened yet. So rather than fleeting too far into the future, we can come back to this present moment. And this present moment will impact, obviously, your future. And that's the power and beauty of meditation and your own breath. So I look forward to sharing some more practices with you, and wanted to let you know that you can come back to your center first thing in the morning before you even start your day with that beautiful practice, 1 hand on the heart, 1 hand on the belly, 3 conscious deep breaths. So it's been my pleasure. Thank you.